Ernesto Barajas, vocalist of Enigma Norteño in Guadalajara, was unalived Tuesday evening in Zapopan, Jalisco. The violence took place in Colonia Arenales, Tapatío, where assassins on a motorcycle blasted through vehicles located on Francisco Street. In the attack, 2 men and a woman were injured. The 2 men passed away, and one of them was Barajas. The authorities of Zapopan maintain a tight grip on security in the zone, and they're waiting for the next couple of hours for more details to emerge, all the blah bullshit that we hear on a regular basis, all right? A lot of people in our audience, in our community, fans of this guy. If you're into that kind of stuff, in the gore section of our Discord, you'll see how he ended. Now the question is, people say he's a connected guy, all right? And he's always been connected, but I've heard a lot of different things, and we're going to go through them in a second. Some of them could be bullshit. Some of them could be true. I feel like this is an old video, this guy right here. Did we cover this? I feel like we covered this. It's old, but some people are blaming him. Okay, but that's why I wanted to ask if this was an old video, because I feel like we covered this. But I want to understand what was I don't remember what was said. I don't remember their beef. None of that shit. He got a big-ass hat on. I don't know. Singers, beef, bullshit. What is it? Fucking... Is this Death Row? This the East versus West shit going on over here? What's happening? He's no longer used to controversies. Was he used to them before? I see the need to make this video to directly advise this person who's been delivering messages for some time now for certain people whose identity he knows very well. I'm just gonna say his name. I'm not gonna give his surname to the group which he belongs, because I'm not gonna give his name because I have no intention of taking advantage or creating controversy. This video is just to give you some advice and leave it at that. Because if you make me mention your name, oh, he talking crazy. Bien tough, el tipo. He talking real tough, boy. I'm going to start mentioning your name. I'm going to start mentioning your surname and everything. Everything you've done. I told you that you passed on messages to other musicians because El Nini ordered you to. But I thought you were threatened. I understood it from that perspective. But now I don't understand why you continue. I don't know if what I just found out is old or recent. I don't know. But I want you to be very clear about this. Stop carrying messages around to your thing. Dedicated yourself to singing, to composing, to doing your thing. Not going around talking to business owners and telling them not to do events with me, not to hire me. Ah, but that's part of the music business, is motherfuckers hating on each other. That's just the game. The person who threatened you is no longer here. Damn right, he's not here, in jail. Remember, we saw the video. He was like, why? Because no cagó el gallo. He's locked up. That's why I ask you to take care of your friends too, because you have friends from the south to the north. And the day someone finds out that you carrying errands, that's the day you're gonna get into trouble. So you basically telling you pick the side, papas. Let us find out you pick the side. Let us find out that you're not just a singer. You're supposed to be up there crooning and shit. I'm not in the business of paying people in order to shine. I have my own shine. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now. Ernesto. Ooh, he calling out names. He said his name, boy.
No mommy's wake.
He said Ernesto. Like he was in a fucking novela and shit. Hit the like button. Don't make me mention your name again, because otherwise I'll start making podcasts too, and I'll tell you a lot of things that I also know, like the time when you got the daughter of a great man in trouble for going around saying what they watch on private television. Please, I ask you not to carry or bring any more things. I entrusted you a lot. May God bless you. Take care of yourself, and to the rest of you, to the other members of the group, I just send you a hug. Bro, but what you thought? Not saying his last name, not saying the name of the group, you thought that saying his first name was not enough for everybody to know what the fuck he was talking about? Huh? It's English, man.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Don't fall for your leader's game. Because the truth is, what he's doing is wrong. And I repeat, if you make me mention your name, bro, that's a threat. You do a threat once, maybe twice, bro. Once you do the threat 3-4 times, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Leave me the fuck alone. If I find out you're still carrying messages from you know who, I'm also going to start doing podcasts and things are going to get even more intense. I'm going to compete with several of those out there. Greetings. Well, friends, you've seen what that's about. You don't have to be a witch to know who Arley's talking about. It's none other than Ernesto Barajas, leader of the Enigma Norteño group. In the video, Arley says that Barajas is trying to sabotage his musical career. He does this by intervening to prevent businessmen from doing business with him. An entrepreneur in these fields is someone who invests in artists. He puts up the money to hold events, and then it depends on what arrangements are made. They can earn depending on ticket sales, or they can have fixed payment. That depends on each person, on each arrangement between the entrepreneur and the artist. But Ernesto seems to have taken it very personally by not allowing Arley to get his career back on track. Not only does he do this, he has also intervened in the singer's career by intimidating other artists into not collaborating with him. For example, if Arley wanted to do a duet, a collaboration with some artist, Ernesto Barajas would talk to the other artist, singer, and tell him no, not to do it, and that it wasn't by his order, but by our friend Nini. They didn't want the spotlight on artists who sang for rival organizations. And how much of that is you running around using your friend's name? How many of these guys are not sent off, but they're send-offs? They go and to feed their own ego and to feed their own fuckery, they go spitting their Bartel homie's name to everybody. Now you done put yourself in a position, swinging on somebody else's name and shit. Fuck is that? There was a big rumor that Arley was working as a sicario for the Hats a while back, and that might be why Nini didn't want him singing. Quite possible. That's the same hat Curious George owner will wear. Damn, big nah, that's a big. You talking about a safari hat, Big Chenta? You wilding the fuck out. You putting smut on dude's name, on Arley's name, which I don't know how much more smut you could put on a name like Arley. So he's begging to not punish him, to have him bite the cheese like a rat. You know what? Technically, that's what he did. He snitched right there in the video. If that's what you're getting at, because that's what he did. Hey, bro, you're doing this and this and this for them. Oh, well, that's information the police can use. Look how that's there. He also said that this was an order from the Ivan Guzman chief, so they had to obey it no matter what. Our friend Arley, the problem was more personal. As you know, he was very close to Minileak, and I think they were even friends. But to say that he was part of an organization or that he was a snob is saying a lot. He's a ranch person who loves, I know he ain't say tacos and long weapons, and spends a lot on them. From there to saying that he's a tolerist who gives up people on the orders of a Bartel, there's a big difference. There are people who collect, who have everything, but they're not part of any organization. They just like collecting. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And there goes the ball from our friend Barajas too. So he's basically saying, please don't make me have to say your name. And then he said his name, JP. It's snitching, if not dry snitching at the very least. Absolutely. And he did it like 6 times. I'm going to threaten you 6 times. For example, do you remember Barajas had a very tasteless event in Las Vegas when he started yelling at someone because he wanted to ask for a photo or a video or something like that? But look, here I'm going to present you the piece.
A mí no, ¿te voy a tomar una foto o no? Porque a mí me enciende.
Well, he mad, bro. Tony, tough guy, huh? Tough guy. You can't give lames power. You give them a little bit of money, they think they gangsters. They think they gangsters. They start talking crazy to everybody. Fuck out of here. So that was him being a tough guy on a plane. That was Arley threatening to dry snitch on him while he dry snitched on him, as so eloquently pointed out by JP. And then we got him on the plane acting crazy, and now we got him here too. You know, it's like you either want to be in the life or you don't want to be in the life.
Enigma Norteño.
Now, first of all of this fancy shit, that shit, I've never been impressed. The bottles and the name on the thing. To me, it seemed like some cheap shit to make motherfuckers, even rich motherfuckers, look richer than what they are. Like, it's just some cheap shit. It's a fucking promo banner with a name on it, right? But look at the name on it, y'all. Now, that's him right here in the corner. The guy that was unalived this week. That's him in the corner. That's him in the spotlight. All right? And now this is him losing his religion. Boop. Sat his ass down. So y'all can see Ivan Guzman on the little cheap banner shit. But your boy is gone. He don't want to be seen over there. La cara de Ernesto Barajas de Enigma Norteño. He's sitting down. You see him right there? He's sitting down. Look at him. You don't want to be seen. Don't look at me, little puppet. Huh?
No mommy's wait.
This is a real old video, but everyone reposting it because of the Ivan sign. Yeah, I mean, I think. Well, why do you think they're reposting it though? I think they're reposting it as a sign of buddy want to be in the mix but don't want to be seen. That's how I saw it, and I'm sure they're gonna post everybody's old shit the day that they gone. It's just how it is. Now here's the question, Tere. She said Albert, but it tells the story as why he's unalived. It begs the question though: is that why he's unalived? Could it have been anything else? Could it have been a business deal gone bad? Could it have been a regular robbery? Could it have been a setup? Could have been a lot of things, right? Was it his cartel ties? Was it just a random act of violence? Or was it something that he got into on his own shit? If it's cartel ties, then we're saying that the MFs did it. And they did it because of his ties. And this probably goes with what Ivan was yelling at Maito Flaco about. We're about to check that out. Now remember, we heard audio of Ivan Archibaldo getting on the radios recently. And we felt like it lacked care. Like it wasn't a morale boost for his team. It didn't sound like one. He simply said, I'm behind y'all, I support y'all. Puro my dad. That's it. He bounced. This, what I heard off in my periphery, was much more pointed and much more passionate. So I want to look into that. We're going to get into that. I think that's going to go along with this story. Nobody thinks this was a random act of violence. 22% think it was his own drama. And 78% so far say it was his Bartel ties. Everyone in Sinaloa knows everyone. It's not out of the ordinary, just that Arley was more street-orientated. But dude always had been more of a private person. I remember watching one where the person he was talking to told him, Ahí estaba usted también. Nah, he was in the mix. They want to get in the mix. They want to be gangsters. Yeah, go in the gore section of the Discord. See how that ends up. In a world where your data is the product, best move is to disappear. That's why I use NordVPN. Military-grade encryption, blazing fast servers, and access to content blocked in my region. Whether you're streaming, working, or just browsing, NordVPN makes sure that you're anonymous and safe. Go to nordvpn.com/ILL or click the link in the description for huge discounts. Lock your privacy in before someone locks you out. Do you think Ernesto's death is to cover Camilo's death? Nah, once you do something, you're not covering it. These guys don't cover. They put glasses on you, open your shirt up, take pictures, and start texting motherfuckers, man. These guys don't cover. They take credit for it. I would say it's if they did do it, it's more to compound on top of Camilo. Look, we got him and we got him. Siguen jodiendo. Ernesto was also on 4 Letras territory. I don't know. Could have been, right? He could have been over there buying a car. They said it was in a junkyard. He could have been buying an alternator. He needed an alternator. Can we also bring the government into it? Maybe show what happens if you've seen Corridos? Here's the problem. The government's using Corridos to blame on everything and shit. Not only the government, the American media and the Canadian media and everybody in between. But if you, it's not just about singing the corridos. It's about being in the inner circle. It's about being part of the gang. You know what I mean? You put yourself in the positions. I think it had to do with Arley was telling our artists to sit this one out and not sing corridos for either side. I've been saying that. Come on, man. Usual suspects. Was I not the first one to say, hey, as soon as this war started, or even before it started, probably when the old man was snatched, hey, you think it's a not so good idea for these boxers and these guys that are these athletes to be attaching themselves in the midst of a war to these songs and putting themselves out there like that? Motherfuckers like, that's what they do, and blah, 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 blah. They getting their shit blown back for it, okay? So I've been saying it. It was a bad idea. It ain't like nobody gonna forget where they know you from, who you fuck with. But you're not gonna sit there and promote that shit either. In the midst of a war, it feel like a slight. You know what I'm saying? I thought about that with the Canelo fight. Felt like a slight. It's unfortunate, man. Young motherfuckers that could be getting money, that could be living their life with their family on wave runners off the back of a yacht. You ever see Conor McGregor's Lamborghini yacht? Just a yacht. You got a yacht. I know it's a money hole in the water, but you got a yacht. You with your family. You hanging out. You making music. You got a legit life, and you want to be a gangster and shit. And then what happens?
Your services are no longer needed in the community.
Who the bomber clot?
Cause you want to be cool, and I get it. I've been there. It was always survival. It wasn't no clout shit. I didn't run with that kind of circle. Not even a little bit. Yeah, I don't think Arley sent him to get off, but it was more like a warning. You talking about in that video, in that Arley video? Yeah, that was shit talk. This is later. This could have had to do with anything. Had to do with the war. Could have had to do with Arley. It's not counted out, but yeah, I don't think Arley sent him to get off, but it was more like a warning. But shit, nowadays might have even been the government killing off ties and passing the blame. The Mexican government? Ernesto Barajas, lead singer of Enigma Norteño, shot unalived in Mexico. Mexico City, regional Mexican music singer Ernesto Barajas was shot and unalived on Tuesday in an area of western Mexico that has been engulfed by organized crime violence. The unaliving of Barajas, lead singer of the group Enigma Norteño, comes less than 3 months after 5 members of another regional Mexican group were unalived in the northern part of the country. Barajas, a native of Culiacan in the state of Sinaloa, was attacked by 2 people riding a motorcycle in the municipality of Zapopan, a suburb of the capital of Jalisco state. According to the state prosecutor's office, which has already opened an investigation. The band, Enigma Norteño, which has more than 4 million monthly listeners on Spotify, was founded in 2004 and gained notoriety for the narco corrido genre, which they dedicated to members of the powerful Jalisco Nueva Generación and Sinaloa cartels. Last May, authorities found the bodies of 5 members of the musical group Fugitivo in a field in the border city of Reynosa, Tamaulipas. The musicians often perform cumbias and corridos at popular festivals and dances in the region. The unalivings come amid growing criticisms of narco corridos, which has led some states to ban the genre. Just this week, the government of the state of Querétaro issued a regulation prohibiting the performance of playing of music in public spaces and private entertainment venues that glorifies violence and promotes a culture of crime. To fight against narco corridos, the administration of President Claudia Sheinbaum is promoting a Mexican song contest without violent content.
No.
Yo, man, the Mexican government is handling this shit like a kindergarten class. They're handling it like a kindergarten class. We can't ban corridos, but we're gonna have a contest, so you can make a song that's a good corrido, and we're gonna have a pizza party, and we're gonna have a book fair, and you're gonna be able to get book covers and trapper keepers and Get the fuck out of here, man.
No mames, güey.
Remember, she was talking all that tough shit, corrido, blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, we're going to have a contest. See who has the best song. Get the fuck out of here. Note from Armadillo. This represents the most significant unaliving of a Mexican artist in several years. Ernesto had been considered to have associations with Los Chaperos. Though like most corrido artists, he recorded songs about various figures and groups. The unaliving comes just days after Chapero's associated influencer Camilo Ochoa was unalive. But Ernesto's unaliving represents a major escalation given his far greater fame and prominence. An alleged audio has been circulating online purporting to be Ivan Guzman responding angrily to the unaliving, claiming that Ernesto was targeted for attending Ivan's 42nd birthday last week. I got a feeling that this Ivan, it's not his voice, it's supposedly someone authorized. I don't want to hear the emotions of an authorized motherfucker. Get on the radio. It's the same shit that happened with that pep talk that he gave him on the radio. It's like, yeah, it's all right. Y'all got this. I'll holla. Peace.
No.
However, no one has been able to verify the authenticity of this audio, and there's little to suggest it is genuine. Though we know that anything is possible in this field, this will likely prompt retaliation against other artists viewed as close to Maito Flaco's organization. So what, they're going to switch it now? They're going to go after his artist? So no artist is safe? Artists, stay your ass home till this shit's over and they all make deals. Alright? Y'all stay home until everybody makes their deal, okay? Sorry, what's mind-blowing is both sides still have minions lining up to die for. It's a whole paper plate, disposable soldier situation. No shortage of people that are willing to go out there and lose their shit. Speaking of Ernesto getting his visa revoked, I just remembered hearing he was an informant to the U.S. government. Words I'm hearing is that he was dropping dimes left and right, but that's just rumors. I'm just showing y'all the scene, the investigation. Shout out Momo, appreciate you. Alright, the message is sent to Maito Flaco, who seems to be accused of being the one to do what was done to Barajas. Again, if this is him, this is dry snitching. It's not dry snitching. You're not telling the police, you're telling everybody. Which police are included in everybody. From a verified account, comunicado. Today, unfortunately, the profound violence happening in Mexico took the life of a great friend to our family, Ernesto Barajas, a noble man, talented, that left a mark with his music and didn't deserve to be unalived. We always respect the art of the liberty and art of expression of artists and the artists, the journalists and the influencers. They are not and never will they be the enemy. The freedom of expression is a right, a fundamental right that should be protected. To everybody, we advise you to be careful what you share on social media and in public, because unfortunately, there's people that don't respect life or their word, and they go after the most vulnerable. Rest in peace, Ernesto. Attention, Ivan Archibaldo Guzman Salazar. That's just funny, man. He's taking the high road. For those that don't know, this is Maito Flaco. This is Mayo's son. This is Ivan Guzman. This is Pocha's son.
A ver, chavos, les habla Iván Archibaldo. Difundan este comunicado por todos lados. Me comunico por medio de cuenta de Instagram archienemigo de la escrita verificada. Este mensaje va para ti, Mayito Flaco. La muerte de Ernesto Barajas fue una injusticia, no tengo por qué matarlo. Neta, si no me quedo callado, vato. Ernesto no solamente era amigo mío y de la familia. Era amigo de tus carnales, del Mayito Gordo, del Serafín, hasta de tus sobrinos verga. Ya no respetan ni a tu puta familia y quiero respeto por parte de nosotros, mijo.
Bro, the audio is shit for me to translate this. No captions, no AI, nothing. He said y'all didn't have no reason to take that man out. He said, he said, you know, he was a friend of the family, a friend of your brothers. He said he was all of your punk ass family. He was a friend of y'all. He said, you know, your brothers are not gonna condone this shit. If this is not Ivan's voice, I don't give a fuck what was said. Miss me with it was a minion. I don't care if it was a message. No, that's his emotion then. That's him talking. Not AI. It just sounds like someone talking. Yeah, but I'm saying if it ain't him, it don't matter. How will anyone know Ivan's voice? Is there any audio? We had some the other day, and he sounded like he didn't want to be there. He said, cut the bullshit. Your beef is with me, not with innocent people. And he called them mama huevos and puta velgas and all that shit. But it doesn't matter, Velez, because even if you got audio of him, you can have an audio of Mickey Mouse. It's going to sound like anybody with the quality of this radio-ass audio. He said, we leave the innocents alone. I don't know. Damn, a lot of puta madres and fuck yous. I don't know what the fuck he said. Hey, I tell you what, though. He claimed Jalisco right there. He said, don't be putting that shit on us or Jalisco. He said, if you want to handle business like men, we handle business like men. To me, this audio means nothing if it ain't Ivan saying it. He said, we go to war like men or put on your skirt. He said something about Jalisco. That's a full lie. Oh, he said, and I hear that y'all blaming Jalisco. That's absolutely not true. Don't put that shit on us. Don't put it on Jalisco. He said, whoever want to flip sides, come and be with a real leader. Yeah, you didn't read that. They just gave you the mic. Say, go and talk for me. Because if that ain't him, I don't want to hear it. He said something about the fact y'all violating people's human rights. People that ain't got nothing to do with this.
No, mommy's weak.
Rest in peace, buddy. I don't know what you did, but you did too much, son. All that tough shit is for the birds, Papa. You was a singer. Go sing. Shut your ass up. They all leave the innocents alone. Of course they do. These guys burning down Culiacan, and here he is saying, leave the innocents alone. Them people been under fucking Nazi rule and shit for months and months and months, 10, 11 months. But leave the innocents alone. Let's see what the investigations bring for. Have we ever had an investigation come back and give us some information, at least from a Mexico story? I don't recall.